The Black Hermit by James Ngugi Thiong'o, narrated by Adamu Abdulmajid. Characters: Remy, a clerk with an oil company, formerly a student, come politician. Omanje, his friend in the city. Tony, his wife. Iyobi, his mother. Jane, his white girlfriend in the city. Pastor, leader, elders, first neighbor, second neighbor, a woman, a crowd, all from the village. Act 1. The country. Scene 1. A hut in the country. Tony kneels on the floor near the heap, sorting out beans spread in a basin. Enter Iyobi, a middle-aged woman, carrying a water barrel, which she puts down in a corner. Have you finished sorting out the beans? Are they not yet ready to cook? They are about ready, mother. Ah, you have again been crying, letting the bitter water tear and wear your cheeks to acquire a face like mine. Turns head aside. To herself, of a truth, this world is really bad, not the same as the old, when sons still gave respect to parents, honoring claims of motherhood, heckling to the call of blood and soil. Many letters have we now sent to him, but no reply, not a word from him, a child I bore, and like a plant in the field, tended carefully, anxiously watching the sun, the wind and the rain, that no malicious weather should come to harm him. To Tony, I, your mother, in all ways but birth, am pained to see the gradual waste of your maidenhood. Oh, mother, have you now, in your heart alone, gone over what I told you? How can I, a woman without strength or learning, hear it? I cannot now go to a third husband. I cannot roll from hand to hand, a public ball or a common hall, making myself cheap before the world. Rather than that, I shall die and have the grave for a bed. Don't let such thoughts trouble you, poison your rest and peace. Yet, I cannot do without a husband, without a man to warm my bed, a man to ask me for a meal in the evening, a man to make me wash his clothing, and a child of my own, a child to call me mother, to make me feel a new self. I am an old woman. These eyes have seen the rain come and go, have seen sunrise and sunsets, seasons followed by many others, birth and death alternating. All this have taught me the lot of women will never change. For you and me, Anjiru, Injene, Wihaki, independence has no meaning other than the one I knew yesterday. I have tasted the pains of beating, the pangs of birth, and death's blows. One lesson only I have learned. A woman's joy is scolding her children. It lies in seeing their smiles and cries, doing little things for them, the loved ones. A woman without a child is not a woman. But I've also learned that to be kicked and humiliated follows this joy. When the children grow, why has my son kept silent for so many years? What are my tears to him? What are my prayers? It's not you he hates, it's my flesh and blood. I hate to see your youth wearing away, falling into bits like a cloth long hung in the sun. Go and get another husband. The world will not wait for you. I tell you to take a man. If he does not marry you, he may at least give you a child. Christ have mercy on me. If this be a curse put on me, remove it. Why do men not rest in my hands? Death took away my first husband. Now the next, his brother, has left me. My heart's gloom and loneliness has started eating into me. Yet Christ, rid me of this thing. This temptation happened on my weak flesh. No, no, no. I will not go with another, but him I call my husband. Even if I wait for 20 years and more, I shall bear all. Child, mother, I fear for you. Don't worry about me. I am ashamed of my weakness. Look now, I'll not cry anymore. And when I feel grief come, I'll go out and seek companions in the trees on the hills. I'll watch the little birds, the lizards and the insects. Often at night, I've walked about, alone, letting the moon and the stars speak to me. At times, darkness shelters me. Wait, a thought comes into my mind. Remy was once a God-fearing child, obedient to me and his father, always desiring to do the right thing. I shall go to the pastor. He knows our son is lost, swallowed by the pleasures of the city, and to him I shall say, Go to the city, O prophet of God, tell Remy to come back to us. A voice is heard outside the hut. They become excited. Who is that? It might be Remy. My son? I shall not speak to him. He shall know that I think of him. I shall turn my back to him. She stands with her back to the door. Enter an elder. Tony and Yobi are disappointed. Is it well with you, women of the house? It is well. Will you not sit down? Tony goes out. Thank you, wife of Ngugi. May God guard his spirit. He was a man. Oh yes, your husband was, before the white man stole his heart and turned him into a Christian. The gods themselves are jealous. They only take away the choicest in the land, leaving the weak and the feeble. My heart is still heavy with grief. I long ago feared that someone had put a curse on this house. My first son, so big and strong, was taken away from me, like that, for no reason that a man could divine. Another year had passed since he brought us joy by marrying a young girl, the best in the land. Our tears had hardly dried before my man follows, and now Remy, the only man left to head this house, went and died to us in the city. I came because of him. Has he been found? We knew him once for a good son. He acceded to our wishes and married this woman, a daughter of the tribe, instead of going to the white-skinned woman. We were happy. Remy was now the husband of Tony, alone. Remy was also the new husband of the tribe. Through his big education, he would have bound us together. He should have formed a political party and led us to victory. But we, like you, were puzzled. Why did he go away from us? Is that natural? We, the rich, the tribe, have waited. We fear. What? I shall say it. Speak quietly, or you tear my heart with false speculations. You know what our neighbors are. The tribes that surround us don't want to see us rise. Who knows? You are there. I, your neighbor, here. Can't I use black magic to turn your mind against your tribe and your heath? Do you think so? Why not? You have eyes and cannot see. Remy, your son and ours, is the only educated man in all the land, exceeded in knowledge all the people, black and white put together. Crystal, save my son. Make ineffective the bad medicine that turns away his mind from home. Elder, what shall I do? Can't you and the tribe do something? I was sent to you by the elders. What do they want? Your heart's wish. My son, we want to send a man to the city, a man who will carry a little medicine to make Remy turn to the tribe. Suspiciously, who? Who gave the medicine? Ha ha ha! We of Marua tribe are not children, or foolish either. Do you still believe in what the white man said? He said our medicine was bad. Bad. Some people were easily deceived. And even now, 4 full years after independence, they have not discovered the lie. You still call yourself a Christian? I'll tell you. Last month, our diviner had a message from God. He had a vision, and there he saw the tribe expand, becoming powerful, dominating the whole country. But there was a problem. The tribe had first to tend a green plant in their midst. The green life will lead us to power and glory. Where will you get a plant? Remy, Remy, we must fetch him from the city. We thought you had a message for him. Tell him his wife and mother want him back. Oh, elder, if you can make him trust my raw medicine to do his work. I do. And yes, there is something else. We wanted you to give our messengers and their medicine a mother's blessing to attend them on this difficult journey. With all my heart, go in peace, and success attend you. Elder goes out. What have I done? I know Crystal hates our medicine. Suppose God punish me so that Remy does not come back. She looks for a shawl. Enter Tony. Has the elder gone? They are going to fetch him. Remy? Yes. Oh, mother, what are you doing? Looking for my shawl. I must see the pastor. We must send him to the city. But the elders are going. I know. It needs the power of Christ, together with power of the tribe, to bring back Remy. Scene 2. A meeting ground in the open of the elders. Elders of the tribe, I know we all want Remy to come back. Yes, Remy must come back. I am not making a speech, but a word. One word I must share with you. We elders of Marua love our soil, but because we loved our soil, we, years ago, agreed to fight the white man and drive him away from the land. Today, the same love for our soil makes us turn to the only educated man in the country. Look at our country since independence. Where is the land? Where is the food? Where are the schools for our children? Who of our tribe is in the government? Who of our own flesh and blood can be seen in long cars and houses built of stone? Our tribe waits under a government composed of other tribes. What has Uhuru brought us? Nothing. Not nothing. It has brought us heavier and heavier taxation. We are told about roads, about hospitals, but which hungry man wants a road? When we all stood solidly behind the Africanist Party, we thought that once Uhuru was gained, taxation for the poor would stop. Remy must come. Remy must save us. Be patient. When we went to the diviner, he asked us to choose 3 elders who would go to the city and using the medicine he gave us, seduce Remy back to the tribe. Who would doubt that Remy's mind was spoiled by the evil eyes of our neighbors? The letters he wrote to us while he acquired knowledge at college and his speeches asking us to join the Africanist Party that's now in power shows that he could be a credit to the tribe. Anyway, I have chosen 2 elders who will go with me. Enter an elder. Peace to you, elders of the tribe. Did the woman pour blessings on our mission? Like rain, her son is dearer to her than her Christianity. Turn we now our eyes to the mountain and say, so be it, O Creator. So be it, O Creator. So be it, O great Creator. So be it, thou shining Creator. The sun shall not be hotter than our medicine. So be it, O Creator. The wind shall not resist our medicine. So be it, O Creator. The mountain shall be moved by our medicine. So be it, O Creator. Remy shall come back to us. So be it, O Creator. No tribe shall be stronger than Marua. So be it, O Creator. So be it, O Creator. So be it, ever and ever. One word more. When Remy comes back, he must not fall under the influence of his mother or the pastor. You all know that a fine man his father was before he came under their influence and lost all his manhood. He never became himself, except when he was near death. Then the intent was, not his wife, to make Remy marry this woman. That should show you our strength. Let us now go. We shall again meet here when Remy comes back. Scene 3. The same place. Enter Pastor. You'll be running after him. Pastor, Pastor, are you well with Christ? I am coming to your house. You must help me. Rise, my daughter. Don't kneel before me, a mortal, else you invite the wrath of Christ, who long ago shed his blood to wash our sins away. But what's the trouble? You look strained. What Lord says in your heart? I've been caught. The elders galled me. What do you mean? Is my son, Remy? Has he come back? No, they want to send for him. So they came to me for blessings, and I, overwhelmed by a mother's desire to see her son back, betrayed my heart, giving the required blessings. Christ or Paul said that our loins should always be girt with readiness, and our bodies with armor. What will happen when they bring him back? He will be lost to us, and the shadow of Christ would not be there to cool him. He was once a good son, long before he went to this university. He was then a good follower of Christ. I remember how, on days he would meet me and running to me would say, Pastor, Pastor, who died on the cross? I, glowing with hidden pride, will ask him, Who? I know he will presently say, Christ died on the tree. For whom? For me. Ah, Remy. When he went to this university, I always said Satan was clever, involved him in politics and other worldly pleasures and power. He became, well, that Africanist party. Was he not a member? He was. God help him. Politics. He became lost to us, like a seed falling on the wayside, lacked the nourishment of the rich earth. He dried up, was lost. I want him back, Pastor. Remy left a young wife, and she, like a sapling in a drought-stricken land, will always dry up in the heat of desolation. You must not think about the flesh. She is young. Pastor starts to move away. She runs after him calling, Pastor, Pastor. She is a seedling whose eventual fruit will be a blessing to us all. But a seedling needs a gardener. Nyobi, yes. You love Christ? Yes. Know you not what Christ has done for you? Though your husband was called, and also your first son, God has given you that child, so you may lead him to the cross. Salvation is not achieved through the flesh. It's hard for her. Let us pray. God of Abraham, God of Isaac, look down upon us. We are not strong, but you can save us. Be with Nyobi. Make her think of heaven, so she may bring that child to love you and work for you. Amen. But, yes, Remy, what? Pray for him also. I'll open my mind to you. Your son went away, was lured by Satan into the city. At college, he became wayward, digressed from the path of holiness. God wanted him for a sower of Christ's seeds. Why else did God give him that education? To lead many a lost sheep back to Christ, his master. But Remy refused to go to Nineveh. He fled to the city of idolatry. So God help him. Go home now. Look to the child. Bring her up to fear God. God will forgive you. Pastor, yes. Will you not go? Where? To the city. The city? Yes. Go. Go there. Bring back our son. He will listen to you. I need him. Thoughtfully, maybe we Christians need him too. My day's end is near, and now that Uhuru has come, bringing new problems, Christ Church will need young blood. Too true. God be thanked. I will go to the city. Act 2. The city. Scene 1. Opens in a street corner. A group of young people of different races playing the guitar and jiving suggests the atmosphere of dance club. The rest of the stage is in darkness, intense and close at first. The music soon fades into the distance. The scene suddenly changes to Remy's room. Remy is lying on a sofa. Enter Jane. Hello, Remy. Oh, Jane, it's lovely to see you. What? Aren't you ready yet? Just like you to wait for the last minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I just suddenly felt tired. Not equal to the night out. Laughs. What's the matter? Continues laughing. What's the matter? Are you possessed? Wonderful. Superb. What the? Imagine you saying you're tired. Would you have said that last year? You went from nightclub to nightclub as if you were hunted, running away from something. Jane. Yes? You must not say that. Why? Perhaps. Well, perhaps I was hunted. What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Tell me what's the matter with you, Remy. You have changed so much over the last few weeks, always brooding over something, and your eyes fixed in space. Tell me all. I may be able to help you. You know, you remind me of my mother, always over anxious about the well being of her children. Remy, my child, you look tired today. You are not eating your food. Remy, what is worrying you? What did they do to you in school? Perhaps I may be able to help you. Don't be sarcastic. Come, tell me about your mother. You are always so silent about your family. She is old, goes to the river for water, to the forest for firewood, and of course, she worries over me. What else? What does she think of her educated son? The usual things. Wanted me to marry and have a home and children. But you see, I used to be so shy with girls. You? Shy with girls? And you almost ate me the very day you met me in the club. How is it that our dear little shy boy learned dancing and to be so bold with women, even those who are strangers to him? Remy does not respond. Something is worrying you. Ah, I know what it is. Don't want to take me out. You don't have to, you know. Shaking his head. No? Then it's about home. Why don't you go there? I mean, home to your parents. Why don't I go home? Remember, you have never taken me there. Jane. Yes. One day you will know. It's only that I'm tired of the city. That's all. I hate working for these oil companies that have invaded our country. Fouls, fouls, fouls all day long. Go home. Become a teacher. That's creative, isn't it? And staff? While ministers and their permanent secretaries fatten on bribes and inflated salaries? Many of your people will be glad to earn your teacher's salary. True, but anyway, let's stop talking about distance. They say life is too short. Shall we go? To the nightclub? Yes. You're so sweet. They embrace. Scene 2. Same room. The following day, Remy is alone reading a Sunday paper. Suddenly, there's a loud rough knocking at the door. Come in! More knocking, rather insolent. Come in, whoever you are. Enter Omanje, laughing. Remy pretends to be angry. You rouge. Exaggerated politeness. I believe we have met before. Are you Mr. I will kill you, you bastard. Oh, Mr. Kill Me. They both started laughing. Hello? Hello. You can sit on the chair, the table, the floor, or go out. How was the night? A bit of whistling, a bit of rocking, and plenty twisting and cha-cha-cha. You know, the usual stuff. By the way, have you seen this? Shows Omanje the Sunday paper. Omanje reads it. You know, Remy, I fear for our country. Independence has now reduced the amount of racial tension. This affair of an Asian girl who has been ostracized by her community because she was seen going around with an African is not an isolated case. You are very optimistic and will not believe in the government legislating on social matters. You didn't get my point. It depends on what kind of government, on the kind of legislation, and on the kind of issues. Depends. Depends. Depends on the kind of what. You may mock me, but take tribalism for instance. Since independence, tribalism and tribal loyalties seem to have increased, and even leaders who were supporters of the Africanist Party are the very strong ones encouraging these feelings. Do you think these people will pass an effective piece of legislation when it will tie the very taproots of their power? Yes, some of these leaders were paying lip service, only lip service to the Africanist Party. But what do you think the government ought to do? Just preach sermons? The government should act. It must deal firmly with anyone who is found exploiting racial, tribal, or religious differences. But let us also remember that even a black man's government can go wrong. Take this legislation against strike, for example. If the government makes all strikes illegal, that will be the finest thing they have done so far. A government in a newly independent country can never be too firm. But why wrench from a workman his only tool? A trade union without the right to strike is like a lion without claws and teeth. Tell me, will the government also take over the land, the banks, and oil companies and give them to our people? In any case, there are other ways of dealing with people who oppose you besides refusing to listen to them and crushing them. What, for instance? You could also give them what they want, what they fought for. The manpower of the masses also be the cornerstone of our economy, not foreign aid. You are like any of those politicians who oppose the government. They don't realize that the problems posed by independence are different from those of colonial days. Then, of course, you could go on being destructive, for as a nationalist revolutionary, your aim was to discredit the colonial power in the eyes of the people. But people have the right to destroy a government, any government that continues to practice the colonial regime. Yes, but can't we outgrow the opposition mentality and help to build? Some people feel they must go on opposing the government at every point, and it is more terrible when the opposition, like that of Democratic Union, is based simply on tribe and religion. I hate this. Even at college, I hated the many small political and social organizations based on tribe and race. Of course, I'd forgotten you took active part in national politics even at college. Yes, I had the misfortune of being the first in my tribe to reach university. You know, it's a small tribe. Elders listened to my voice. I wrote them letters, virtually ordering them to support the Africanist Party and our Prime Minister. And during vacations, I held meetings everywhere and told them, join the Africanist Party. Why then didn't you stand for election? You had a good chance, and maybe now you will be in government. I did not want to. Why? Because I was trapped by my tribe. What do you mean? I was caught, and when I realized this, it was too late for me to do anything about it. What do you mean? You never told me about this. So I ran away, escaped to the city. Don't be mystical. I wanted to be myself. Hmm. By quitting politics? Leaving it to tribalistic and corrupt men? You are strange. Not strange. It's a wound here. There are some wounds, Omanje, which can never be healed. Never. I am sorry. Perhaps I should have told you earlier. A friend might have helped me. My wound is a woman. You shake your head, but listen to me, Omanje. I had a brother once. He was close to me, but in many ways he was different from me. He was stronger. He was a man of action. But me, I was shy with people. Women frightened me. A crowd was different though. I was alright standing before such a faceless thing. There was a girl in my village whom I secretly adored, but I was a damn sufferer. Every day, I thought I would declare my love. She never gave me a chance, always looked at me with a sharp eye, bashful, yet challenging. I tried to confide in my brother, but somehow, something always prevented me. Then, I went to college. One day, I made up my mind I would tell her. I would claim her. I was excited and high spirit. The same day, I had a letter from home. Yes, well, she and my brother were to be married. Married? Yes, for a day or two. I could only lie in bed. I thought that my brother had betrayed me. Couldn't they read my heart? Then I reasoned, thus, she must have loved my brother all along. I was now calm. I thank God that I had revealed nothing to either. At the end of the year, I decided to go home. The girl no longer meant anything to me. In my mind, she was my brother's wife. Yet, do you ever have a premonition? What? Oh, that something is going to happen to you. Sometimes. Why? I remember that journey. I trembled all over without cause. I could hardly move. Suddenly, I became sick. My friends in the train had to carry me home. Then, oh, how shall I put it? Go on. My brother was dead, crushed by a motor car. Pause. It's all over now. But then it was horrible. Very horrible. He had hardly been with his wife for more than 6 months. What became of her? Soon after this, my father fell ill. It was a shock of my brother's death. He called me to his bed and said, Remy, you know our custom. Your brother's wife is now your wife. I refused to marry her. But you loved her. Can't you see? I had already reconciled myself to the fact that she was my brother's wife. And she was. How then could I take another man's wife? I wanted a woman of my own. But if I married this girl, how could I ever get it out of my mind that she belonged to another? Could I see her as my wife? No, no. It is not that I am very religious. Even today, I could run away with your wife if I knew she loved me. What happened? Oh, my mother wept. My father, although a Christian, wailed and cursed. The elders of the tribe came and prayed me to do my father's wish and obey a sacred custom. Here were people I was leading. I had asked them to be true and faithful to the Africanist Party. They had obeyed me. Now, they are asking me to show similar obedience. Finally, I agreed to live with her. You married her? Yes. Did she want to marry you? Marry me? The girl never loved me. How do you know? Did you ask her? No. Did you let her know that you loved her? I knew she did not love me, or she would not have married my brother. How could I go to her and say, Tony, I love you. I have always loved you. I would have known that she had returned to me to fill the emptiness in her heart, to soothe the grief for a true husband. Would you like to feel that a woman was using you because she couldn't have the man she really wanted? Remy, I think you had better give up a mere clerk's job in an oil company. Go home. Never. I shall not go home. I will never go home. Enter, leader, with two other elders. Silence. Agitated. To Omanje. Please go. Jane and I were going out. Stop her. She must not come. These are elders from Marua. Omanje goes out. Is it well with you elders of the tribe? Peace be with you. Is there anything the matter with the land? Or why do you wear such strain on your faces? And you drop down your heads as if something weighty sits on your hearts. You make me afraid when you turn your eyes from me so. Silence. Speak now. Your silence touches my heart. It forebodes no good. You left us. We no longer see your shadow. We have nowhere to rest. Fathers of the tribe, these things had to be. It was my fault in more ways than one. Let that be the end. If it is the old swirling about representing you in government, I cannot, even now, change my mind. We love the soil. I too love the soil. We love the tribe. We want to serve the tribe. I too loved and served the tribe. We followed you and fought the white man. I fought the white man and followed you. Our tribe wills under the new government. No son of our land is a DO. Not one of our skin and blood is in the new government. What do you want? Son of Ngome, you long ago asked us, your tribe, to support the Africanist Party and promised us freedom. You have freedom? Taxation, forced community work, the drought in the land. Our crops have failed. Our animals no longer give us milk, and no jobs for those of our tribe. We are all black. Yes, when we fought the white man, but now, my son is my son. My village is my village. My tribe, still my tribe. You must help us. You must lead us. You must save us. You must save us. Fathers need you at home, and mothers cry for you. The tribe waits for you. But stop. We want a tribal political party, a prime minister from the tribe, a husband to all the land. Wait. Walks about pensively. What do you want with me? First, come home. Go to the new DO. Your word will carry weight. Tell him of our afflicted land and all our other troubles. No more taxation. The white man has gone. A DO from the tribe. We ask no more than your leadership. You want me to come back home? We do. You really want me to lead you? We do. Then, all of you, go home. I will never, never come back. We go. We leave you, our son. But we know in our hearts you will not fail us. As they go out, one elder drops down a small bundle, well wrapped with dry banana leaves. Never, never has our nationalist favor that gave us faith and hope in days of suffering and colonial slavery been torn to shreds by such tribal loyalties. All my life, I believed in the creation of a nation. Where are we now? Perhaps I did wrong to come to the city, following the inclination of my heart. Yet, how can I go home? Surely, a man's public life is given meaning only by the stability of his private life. Enter pastor. Silence. Oh, good day, pastor. It is well. You have come a long way. It is not a long way to a man's heart desire, and Christ is there to lead the way. The land and the people, all right. We need you. No, God needs you. Even you, Pastor, you want a political party? Not so, my child. Your mother needs you. She has no needs. She daily grows weak. Do you want her to die? It's her own affair. Remember that she gave birth to you. Yes, she's my mother. She gave you milk when you were young and weak, not knowing yourself. Silent. Savior. I am not a savior. It is a Christian's duty to save. I have no life to save. The children of God want you, and Christ calls you to lead them to the cross. Do the people want me to be a priest? Ha ha! As the voice of God, I will not come home. Then we sing. No cause for that. You once loved the gospel. God made you the only one with education and understanding, born of a widened horizon. For nothing? Your learning is not your learning, it's for the people. Pastor, you want me back in the village to serve my mother? Your mother and all other Christians. I once served mother, acceding to her wishes the day she clung to me, asking me to, oh, oh, why? You, Pastor, why should you remind me? Pensive, silence. Then Remy turns to the pastor with an ironic smile. Pastor, go. Go back to the village. Tell the elders this. If they need me, I'll come. If you Christians want me, I'll not fail you. If my mother calls for me, I'll not again disappoint her hopes. Go and tell it to all, the ridges, hills, and the mountains. Tell it to all the land. God bless you, my child. Pastor goes out and leaves a Bible behind. I have been too long a hermit in the city. I thought I would escape from things that were me, that were part of my life. I must now rise and go to the country, for I must serve our people, save them from traditions and bad customs, free them from tribal manacles, now. Then he sees the Bible, takes it, and also the small bundle led by the elders. He weighs them in both hands. He is clearly moved. These pieces of superstition meant to lure me home. Shall I find my peace and freedom there? These are part of me, part of my life, my whole life. Scene 3. The same a few days later. You are still determined to go? Yes. You are going to leave me? Yes. But how can you? The nation calls. What is this nation? Me, you, people. Oh, what shall I do? You are so callous. You have no feelings. My tribe calls. I no longer want to be a hermit in the city. A hermit? I came here in search of solitude. In nightclubs and wild parties? Seclusion from what was formerly around you is solitude. To be a hermit means escaping from what's around you. My tribe was around me. And now you're going back? The tribe calls you from your solitude. Tell me, Remy, what's the tribe? I don't know. Ah, Remy, can't you remember all the sweet hours we had together? Please take me with you. Don't leave me here alone. I too am a citizen of this country. I too can live with your tribe and be like the other women of the land. You are different. Because I work in an office, typing and typing all day long? What do you mean different? You are different from me, from us, from the tribe. You cannot know what I know. Oh, I know your father was not a settler, as a teacher, one of the good sort. Still, you have not experienced what I have experienced. Your background is a world from mine. How can we be the same? How can the call of the tribe be your call? To you, tribalism and colonialism, the tyranny of the tribe and the settler are an abstraction. To me, they are real. I have felt their shaft here. Yes, they have made a wound here. A wound that made me run to the city. To you, African nationalism and what it means to us who suffered under colonial rule for 60 years can only be an intellectual abstraction. But to me, my whole being, I am involved in it. You? Do you honestly believe that race matters? That the color of my skin, or yours, should form a barrier between people? It's not the color, it's just what you are, what I am. My father left South Africa because he could not bear a racial regime. For all people are the same everywhere. What matters is not race, creed, or custom, but whether individuals can meet and understand one another. Just now, you're betraying the ideals you use to mirror before my eyes. And you criticize Verwood. When I came to the city running away from the tribe, I never knew I'll ever go back. I wanted to be a hermit forever. But now they have called me back and I must go. Who are they? My mother. All. I don't understand. You see, I told you. You can't understand. I don't want you to understand. I can. I want to. Don't seek to know any more about me and my past. Tell me about your life. I've all along felt that there was something in your life that was hidden from me. Jane. Yes? Don't make it hard for me. Don't you love me? I don't know what love is. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I like you. In fact, I like you very much. But you once said you would marry me. I then did not know my past would follow me. I thought I would die a hermit in the city. What made you come into the city? Silence. Tell me this. What made you come to the city and heap lies on me? I thought I'll marry you. Maybe if I come back. Why can't you take me with you? I'll be faithful to you and your people. I don't really like the city. I've always wanted to breathe the air in the mountains and feel the bite of the cold wind and the smell of the wildflowers and the deep darkness there. Please, go from me. Go now. Why? Just go. I must know. You insist? I had thought to spare you the pain. Spare me nothing. I am married. Stand cold. Married? Did you say you were married? Yes. For how long? I was married when we met. But why didn't you tell me right at the beginning? There was no need. No need? When you knew I loved you? But that was later, Jane. At first, we were just friends. My life had nothing to do with yours. And then, when I knew you better, for I remember, you were so gay and so wonderful, you made me forget my past. I needed you so much. I couldn't bear to tell you something that might make you leave me. But didn't you think it might upset me just a little when I found out? Remy silent. You said you will marry me. You promised to marry me. Oh, promises. Promises. I should have known what promises mean to you. You are like one of your precious politicians. They stand on a platform in front of the silly crowd and they shout, "Give me your vote and I'll give you shoes." You said to me, "Give me your love and I will marry you." But when the time comes, when you have got all you want, no shoes, no shoes. Jane, you've got it all wrong. It wasn't like that at all. Time and time again, I tried to tell you, but somehow I couldn't. I I just couldn't bring myself to hurt you. Hurt me? If you had told me at the beginning, it would have not hurt me very much. I would have forgotten the pain. And now, because of your waiting, and you talk of hurting? Jane, you call yourself a hermit. A black hermit. You are not a hermit. A hermit looks for truth. You run away from the truth of your position. Tell me, why did you run away from your wife? It wasn't a real marriage. Why not? She was my brother's widow. I had to marry her. It is a sacred custom of Marua tribe. But I thought you were against such primitive things. The tribe had reared me, given me education. They had followed me. How could I bring myself to hurt them? I obeyed them. Why didn't you stay with them? Why did you run away? I don't know. Oh, Jane, I don't know. Yes, perhaps I am different from you. I know what I want, what I am. You don't know yourself or what you really want. Only that you like thinking yourself a delicate being, superior, and so much better than anybody else. I never said that. But you are weak, aren't you? Too weak to tell the truth. Please, Jane, listen to me. Don't touch me. Go back to your tribe. Go back to your little wife. Runs out. After her, Jane, Jane. Act 3. The Return of the Hermits. Scene 1. Iobi and Tony in the hut. Taijin. The pastor said Remy will come today. Yes. Why do you look so with eyes downcast, betraying a sad heart? I am happy. My heart is thankful for many little and big things you have done to me. When Remy comes home, we shall ever live united. And yet, I fear. What? He might be different. No, my child. He will be the same seed which nourished in the rich soil, will grow to feed us all. I don't know, but though I feel that here I must be joyful, yet, oh, how shall I put it? I have no fitting words to clothe my thought. Don't worry about me. You wait and see. Just see how changed I shall be when Remy, my husband, comes home to me. You make me cold when I hear you speak that way, putting puzzle stops in your speech, as if something weighty is still in your breast. It's nothing. Nothing? It is here. In your heart? Yes. You are still afraid. I do want to be happy. Christo has been good to us. See how blessed our lives are. Since Remy said he will come, rain has fallen, putting an end to the anxious looks on the faces of us all. The drought that threatened our lives now seems over. I feel not at ease. Let not these things eat into you. Last night I had a dream. I saw a man with the face of an Irimu. What is it, mother? You look alarmed. I too had such a dream. Enter, pastor. Peace be unto this house. Our hearts echo your words. We fear you will not come to share with us this moment of gladness. Remy is a chosen vessel of God. I knew this once long ago when Remy came to my Sunday school. He would listen to me attentively. My heart was filled with great joy to see the young soul so hearken to the small voice of God. Again, meeting in the big city, I saw the same child. Listening, oh, how my heart leapt to the small voice. Oh, pastor, my cup runneth over. It's not my work. This is the work of Christ. In the hearts of us all, true independence comes from Christ. Will he really come today? Doubt not, but be prepared. He must be kept away from politics. away from the influences of tribal elders. You told the elders? They had been to the city before me, and I promised Remy I'll tell them all. With Christ, nothing is hard. Let us bow our heads in prayer. As they bend their heads, a man comes running into the hut. Iyobi, Tony, Pastor, what is it? The elders meet, so many of them. People have come from afar, from regions around and beyond. They pour into the meeting ground. They dance and sing. Hark, you can hear the drums. They carry branches and sing old songs of war. When we, Marua, used to be a tribe before the white man came. Now they sing of another coming. After the going of the white man, they sing of a new man to restore the tribe to its land, to its old ways. No more taxations. There will be freedom. Who is the Savior they sing about? They must not blaspheme. Let us pray. Who is he? Your Son. He will come today to lead us back to glory. Oh, hear them. They come nearer, not going to the meeting ground. Tell me, is it true Remy comes home today? Oh, here they are. So many. I must go. Goes out. Let us now pray. The drums call. Must I not be there when he comes? Don't mix with them. Remy is my son. Remy is the son of Christ. Tony, are you coming? I fear. Let me come later, when I have prayed to my God. Iyobi goes out. Don't leave me, Pastor. I am not going, child. Pray for us, Pastor. Do you think Remy will come? God will guide him home. Listen, runs to the door. I hear some noise. They shout, they cheer. Pastor, Pastor, it is him. It is him. Don't be so excited. He will come home to you. But I know he has come. I must go. I must hear him speak. Wait, another person comes running in. What is it? All the tribe. Has he arrived? Didn't you hear the roar? I could not bear it. What? The roar? His voice. He was angry. He was not alone. He was with a man from another tribe. He made him stand on the platform and, linking hands with him, said, "This is a man from Njobi tribe. He is my brother and yours. You should have been there." How he blamed the elders, the leaders, and the others for preaching tribalism, misleading us all. Our salvation lay in the national party. People were then quiet. Some turned their heads away, stung by the wrathful words. Other elders went away in guilt and shame. What is that? They ran to the door. Singing voices can be heard, coming louder and louder. It's Remy. People crowd around him. He comes here. Now they sing the national anthem. Let us join them. They go out. Now the singing is quite loud. The scene changes to the village square just outside Iyobi's hut. The crowd is singing Africa's anthem. Tony and the pastor enter during the singing. They can just be seen at one end of the crowd. There is so much excitement that nobody notices them. Go now, dear elders, and remember what I told you. We must all tend to the soil. We must help ourselves, build more schools, turn our hearts and minds to create a nation. Then will tribe and race disappear, and man shall be free. They all cheer wildly as they stream out. Now only Iyobi, Tony, Pastor, Omanje and Remy are left on the stage. Even you, Pastor, you and other Christians must not live isolated. You must link hands, build a house in which you and I and all our people can live in peace, cultivating riches of the heart. God bless you and our country. My son, and you, mother, I turn to you. What did you do to me? You harp on my weakness and made me marry a woman whose love and loyalty ever lie with those in the grave. You talk to me so everything will give way to my leadership. My son, don't be dazzled by the blaze, which will burn for a night, and tomorrow it is out, all ashes and blackness. Look to your house, and there you will see the fire that glows all night and day. Between three heaped stones, there is food and the warmth of life waiting for you. Listen to your mother, and don't be hard on the woman. She has waited for you, bearing all the ills of the land. I will no longer be led by woman, priest, or tribe. I will crush tribalism beneath my feet and all the shackles of custom. I was wrong to marry her, who was another's wife, a woman who did not love me. Tony goes out. Nobody notices her disappearance. Everything is not tribe and custom. Your mother, your wife, or child are not merely tribe. Search your heart. You have never known her. I now know all. My stay in the city has taught me everything. Our son, your words and face makes me creep in my flesh. Where's Tony? Gone away. I must go to her. Goes out. I will pray for her. Goes out. I don't want to see her. Scene 2. The same place. Enter Tony, running, followed by a village woman. Listen, child. I can't stay here in this place to be like an unwanted maize plant that has been pulled out and flanked out of the bare path, to be trodden beneath man's feet and left to wither and dry up in the sun. You must not go away. Can't go back to the house of shame and humiliation, to be laughed at, to be flouted, to be driven out, and by him, my husband, when I'd wanted to give him my body, my heart to keep. He may change his mind. I could not go back to him, even if he called me back. Tony, see, see, I am not afraid. I will go through the world, a maid, flouted by both fate and man. And I'll go to a country where I've many times thought of going. There is no light and no people. It's all darkness, swallowing you wholly, so no man from this world may know or recognize you. I'll go there. I shall never meet anyone who will see me and pause to whisper, "This is a girl no man will touch." There is stillness, all stillness in that country, which I saw only once when I was a child. I was then small, very small. God above protect us. I felt pain here and think that I cried. My mother was worried and wept. Then the light from the sun blinded me. I was in that country. You think my mind was raving, but it is true. The pain stopped. I could not see my father or my mother, and I did not want to see them. It was so dark there and so quiet. And the only song and talk was that of deep darkness, a darkness that showed nothing of pain, laughter, or suffering, but peace, peace. When I returned from the country, they said I had been dead, and only God's grace had brought me back to life. But what a life! You must not let your mind wander so. Come and stay with me. Remy is not the only tree under whose shadow you can rest. You don't know. You don't know. Goodbye, mother. Goodbye, father. Goodbye, my village. And now I must go, for darkness calls. Goes out. She was ever a strange woman, unknown to us who have been with her for so long. But I must follow and turn her distracted mind the right way. Yet I fear. I fear for her and for Nyobi. I fear for the rich and the village, whose peace and solitude will now be torn by strife and sorrow. She goes out. Enter Nyobi. I was told she went this way. Where is she now? Tony! Don't leave me! Tony! No answer? Tony! Oh, my dream! Rushes out. Scene 3. Enter Remy and Omanje talking. This is the kind of thing we want in the country. Yes, deal with tribalism with ruthless vigor. There is no time for soft hearts. Many of the elders felt guilty. Yes, you turned your eyes away. But today's work is not enough. I mean to follow up this attack in my future political meetings. I want to inculcate in our people the need for self-help. We are the artists of our own destiny. But the state must lead the way. The Africanist Party must first give back the settlers' land to the people. Illiteracy ought to be abolished within a year. Otherwise, they will revert to tribalism and religion as a cure for their ills. There is a limit to what the government can do. There is a limit to patriotism and self-help schemes. What, however, you have done today will be a big lesson to all people in the country. Where did the girl go? I don't know. Let us spit on traditions. She was sitting in a corner. I saw her sneak out sometime during your speech. Uneasily. You see, I told you she never loved me. She could not even wait to see what her man had to say. Will you go back to Jane? Before he answers, the woman comes in and insolently throws a letter to Remy. Scared. Who gave it to you? She who was kind. She who was true. A tender sapling, growing straight, though surrounded with weed. Who do you mean? You are a leader indeed. Know you not what you have done? Flung insult at your own tribe, trampled mercilessly on wives everywhere. You may praise yourself, how you have succeeded at politics. What of here? What have you done to the lives so many? To the hearts of many a man who looked up to you for guidance. I am still in the dark. Who gave you the letter? My mother? Opens the letter. Your true wife, the best woman the village ever bore. Many curses on you. Goes out indignantly. Wait, where has she gone to? What is it? Why do you tremble so? Remy can't speak, points at the letter. Omanje takes it, reads it, and looks at Remy. I don't understand. I told you she loved you. Oh, my mother! Rushes out. This outer frame can never tell what inner feelings are hidden there. I never thought Remy would be so shaken by a woman's love after all this victory. This village woman, why did she wait for all these years before she said? Waves the letter. She loved him. What a heart! Looks at the letter. Then he starts laughing. She cannot write properly. Ha ha ha! A mistake. All a mistake. And it made him stay in the city for so long. And now, after this reconciliation with his wife, who will be the loser? Jane. Poor Jane. Goes out laughing. Enter Iyobi, followed by Pastor. I don't know where she is. She will be found. Education and big learning has taught him nothing. I am an old woman without learning or so much wisdom. Yet, I know what Remy has done is wrong, being so unfeeling to her who has been true to him. And where is he? Enter Remy, followed by Omanje. Mother, Pastor. Coldly, what do you want? I thought you had gone back to the city. Have you found her? Who? My wife. Your wife indeed. Why do you want her? She has gone away. All this time, Remy looks agitated, as if he fears something. Omanje, who does not know what he is fearing, comes forward. She will come back. Whatever has happened, do not blame yourself. It was a mistake. You did not know she loved you. Through that mistake, you have crushed tribalism and struck a blow for African nationalism. If I have achieved anything, no, Omanje, I have hurt my wife. I've heard Tony. Changes now, full of a mother's concern. Pastor, you are a man of God. Help him. Help my son. I'll tell you what was wrong. You joined the Africanist Party and became lost in politics. You put all your trust in yourself and in man, not God. Pastor, you and your religion never did anything for our people. It only divided them and made them weak before the white man. Pastor goes out. What has come over you? To Omanje. You knew him in the city. Help him. I think Remy is right. He has always been a true nationalist. But Omanje, what good has my nationalism done to people? What good to stand on a platform, control a crowd with a lift of the voice, silence them with a wave of a hand? Great things have been achieved through that power. We now have our freedom. And after, I have been a hermit from my wife, from my people. I see now a streak of light through the darkness. I have been too long away from their real thirst and hunger. Turning to Iobi. Mother, I know you know where she is. Don't hide her from me. She was in the village and then went away. I could not follow her. She will be found. What have I done? What have I done? Drums beat in slow rhythm. A procession of elders and women, led by the leader, file onto the stage. 4 men carry Tony's body on a stretcher. They put it down and step to the side. The pastor steps forward. Stand you not near her. Though she took her own life, she was holy. She was of God. Kneeling beside her, broken. And she is gone now, gone from me and my heart, with the words of love still ringing in my heart. Dear Remy, I loved you all my life. Oh, what have I done? Tony, what have I done? I wish you had sent the letter earlier, but I never gave you a chance, nor even tried to understand you. I came back to break tribe and custom. Instead, I've broken you and me. The end.